Okay, we're going to do our first read through of the New World Order, and then after that we'll comment on our lines and stage direction.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to know something about this man?
What?
He hasn't got any idea at all of what we're going to do to him.
He hasn't, no.
He hasn't, no. He hasn't got any idea about about any one of the number of things that we might do to him.
That we will do to him.
That we will. Well, some of them. We'll do some of them.
Sometimes we do all of them.
That can be counterproductive.
Bollocks.
But anyway, here he is. Here he is, sitting here. And he hasn't the faintest idea of what we might do to him.
Well, he probably has the faintest idea.
A faint idea? Yes, possibly. Have you? What do you say? Let's put it this way. He has little idea of what we might do to him. Of what, in fact, we are about to do to him.
Or his wife. Don't forget his wife. He has little idea of what we're about to do to his wife.
Well, he probably has some idea. He's probably got some idea after all. He's read the papers.
What papers?
You're right there.
Who is this cunt anyway? What is he? Some kind of peasant or a lecturer of theology?
He's a lecturer of fucking peasant theology.
Is he? What about his wife?
Women don't have theological inclinations.
Oh, I don't know. I used to discuss that question with my mother quite often.
What question?
Oh, you know, the theological aspirations of the female.
What did she say?
She said...
What?
I can't remember. Motherfucker.
Fuck pig.
You know what I find really disappointing?
What?
The level of ignorance that surrounds us. I mean, this prick here...
You called him a cunt last time.
What?
You called him a cunt last time. Now you call him a prick. How many times do I have to tell you? You've got to learn to define your terms and stick to them. You can't call him a cunt in one breath and a prick in the next. The terms are mutually contradictory. You'd lose face in a linguistic discussion group. Take my tip.
Christ, would I?
Definitely. And you know what it means to you. You know what language means to you.
Yes, I do know.
Yes, you do know. Look at this man here, for example. He's a first-class example. See what I mean? Before he came in here, he was a big shot. He never stopped shooting his mouth off. He never stopped questioning received ideas. Now, because he's apprehensive of what's about to happen to him, he stopped all that. He's got nothing more to say. He's more or less called it a day. I mean, once, not too long ago. This man was a man of conviction, wasn't he? A man of principle. Now he's just a prick.
Or a cunt.
And we haven't even finished with him. We haven't even begun.
No, we haven't even finished with him. We haven't even finished with him. We haven't even begun.
And there's still his wife to come.
That's right. We haven't finished with him. We haven't even begun. Now we haven't finished with his wife either.
We haven't even begun. What are you crying about?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, I have to tell you. I've got to tell you. There's no one else I can tell.
All right, fine. Go on. What is it? Tell me.
I feel so pure.
Well, you're right. You're right to feel pure, you know why?
Why?
Because you're keeping the world clean for democracy.
I'm going to shake you by the hand. And so we're certain so will he in about 35 minutes. Okay.
I think we've developed voices, our understanding in voices, reading through the lines anyway.
You both have like a defined character.
Yeah, already. Also, there's a bit here that I had an idea for, where the stage direction is Lionel puts his hands on his face and sobs just before here, because we're getting where it's so repeated of saying no, we haven't finished with him, we haven't even begun, and still his wife to come. Where this bit here, I think it should be a mixture between I start laughing and you cry.
Yeah.
So that bit can be a little bit comical as well, in the sense of.
Would it be good if
it's a pause? So I'll laugh and then do like a kind of like what is going on laugh at you, and then be like, why are you crying? As if to say like this is a good thing.
Would it be good if Lionel starts laughing with you and the laugh gets more maniacal and then descends into sobbing?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I really want to play Lionel, like I was saying
really
to you.
unstable.
Yeah, I really want to have him really unstable, but also really simple-minded, and pretty much unstable. Really, like
we both cry. We both start to laugh, and your laugh gets so uncontrollable that you start to cry.
Yeah.
One thing I think I should warn you of that I'm noticing, you're going a bit Mickey.
No, I'm not.
What do you mean?
You don't
I
reckon?
think I'm going Mickey.
I can hear
Not
a bit
at all.
of Mickey's kind of voice in it. Like, there was a bit of scouse around where you were talking about the language. Here, I think it was. Either there or there. There was a bit of like scouse, and it. I think. I don't know.
I don't really feel that. I mean, if I did, I probably did by accident. I mean, I don't really have a specific accent anyway, so sometimes my accent goes.
Yeah, that's
all
one
over
thing
the
we
place.
need to think about anyway. If we go, do you think we should have an accent? I feel like I wouldn't. I think my.
I
quite
was just
well-spoken.
playing it really. Yeah, I was playing it quite well spoken as well, so it must have just been twang.
Well spoken. And then if we go through the stage directions from the beginning, I've highlighted it in yellow, of my stage direction anyway, but yours is obviously in brackets anyway. With this first beginning bit, before we say any lines at all, I think there should be a spotlight with a chair on it, with nothing on it.
Yeah.
And then we both go and grab Kieran and put him in the chair and then sit back into the audience, but not sit individually, but sit together in the audience and just look at the chair. So we're with the audience looking at the chair with Kieran in it. And then we do the, do you want to know something about this man? What? He hasn't got any idea at all. But, and then there's a bit here where I start to speak to him, where I say, have you? What do you say? That's the bit. I'll say, a faint idea, yes, possibly. That's the irritation. I get up, and it's just Des bends over the man, and then I'll say, have you? What do you say? And that's when you then get up. So I think from here to there, we could have sitting in audience.
So are you delivering Kieran to the chair?
Yeah, we'll get Kieran. We'll make sure he's sat somewhere that's easier for us to access.
So you get him out of his audience chair and into
Put the thing on his head.
Okay.
Immediate would be grab Kieran,
Yeah.
put in the audience. Put in a chair with bag on head.
I think I misplaced my bloody folder.
Grab Kieran, put in chair with bag on head. Then rejoin audience.
Yeah.
And then that's where that to there we would speak that, and then to here join back to Kieran. Okay, and then there was other ideas I had as well. Also with this bit here, so we're talking about the theological inclinations of women.
Yeah.
I think that's the bits before it. We're serious. We're showing that we mean business to Kieran. But when it comes to the what question, what do you mean? That's kind of going back to us, in a sense. So maybe coming out of character, out of the character that we're portraying to Kieran.
Wait, what?
So say if Kieran, say we call Kieran's torture person Kieran anyway. Kieran's in the chair. We are wanting to sound even worse than we are. He's got a bag on his head. So if we're saying things like he has no idea what we're going to do to him, he doesn't. We haven't even begun. That's us trying to scare him and seem worse than we actually are.
Yeah.
And then when he says something, so we're both just acting, improvising. The character, improvising to Kieran. And then when it gets to the point where he's hit something that I might not agree with, or that it's something I don't agree with, he says, well, do you know, I've asked my mum about that. I talked to her about that quite a lot. And obviously my mind's thinking so differently about that. I'm like, well, what does she say then? What does she think about it? So that's where that's nothing to do with Kieran. That's just our opinion on a different matter, a different subject. So then that's when we come out of it and we're like, well, what does she say? And what does she think of that? And what do you think? And then it comes back to it where it says he turns to the man in the chair. So it means we weren't even looking at him.
Yeah.
What is your...
And that's where it says, motherfucker, fuck pig.
Yeah.
And they walk around the chair. So we weren't even by the chair at that point.
What is your character's relation to each other?
It doesn't say.
Well, then that's
something we need
kind
to
of
think
between
about,
you two, yeah.
I'm going to say I don't reckon we're related. I don't
No.
know.
You
I
could
mean-
play siblings.
It could
could
be.
do.
I definitely think you're younger than I am.
Yeah.
The only reason for your character to be, oh well, not the only reason, but there's not many reasons your character would stay loyal and look after Sam's character with his
Unless it was something to do with
clearly
Yeah.
deteriorating mental health, unless
So
there
let's
was some
do-
level of.
siblings.
Yeah.
I'm older. What ages do you reckon we are? I reckon I seem like I'm wise, but still not completely know what I'm doing.
I mean, you might not.
I reckon I'm about 30 something.
I'd
reckon
definitely
early
say
30s.
early 30s.
So early 30s.
Sam's character,
I'm going to say mid 20s, maybe early 20s.
it's hard saying it because of the mental
Because
health.
it could be, yeah, but I'm saying he could be an
Yeah.
older person with mental health that makes him seem younger than he is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say mid 20s, I reckon.
Yeah.
Mid 20s with mental health, mental instability. Is that word? Instability? Yeah.
I'd just say mental illness.
Mental illness.
How old did we say your character was going to be?
Early 30s.
So how are you? Are you playing cross-gendered, or are you playing Des as a woman?
I'm going to play this as a woman, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
So then, sorry.
No, it's alright, you continue.
You want to think about the line. You say something about women don't have. You say something reasonably misogynistic.
Well, we need to talk about actually, do we understand what that line means? Do we understand what the theological inclination of a woman actually is? What is, when it says women don't have theological inclination, what is a theological inclination? What is that? I don't know what it is.
It's wondering about the state of affairs of the world, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's an interest in the world, and
I think we need to think about what we what like kind of period we're setting this in, and like we need to think about, because obviously as we've spoken about before, we need to think about like, because this can be established in so many different periods of time. So like we could set it, during,
the Cold War.
yeah, we could set it during like the war. We could set it, during a
Gone
Trump
medieval.
debate, like Trump debate, medieval. We could set it around any kind of
doesn't have-
current.
So if we
it's
write
got
down
no.
here,
It doesn't even have to link into an actual.
let's write period. The period, I reckon, the period that it's set in, and then the events happening in it at the time that it was set in. So I reckon,
So it was.
because it's nothing specific saying of what time it was set in,
You can.
so I think we could make it relevant. We could make it recent.
Yeah, I think we should
Say
make it
Trump?
modern.
You
Yeah, I
can
think
have
Trump.
a pair of Make America Great hats
Yeah.
I mean,
on MAGA caps.
and then events happening, election. So that's what. When did he get elected? Like 2 years ago? A year ago?
So who, for argument's sake, are you going to be torturing?
We could be torturing
A
like.
Trump supporter.
Yeah,
No,
Trump.
no, somebody who's a Hillary supporter.
Yeah.
They'd have to be someone reasonably influential, wouldn't it? Maybe someone with information on Trump.
Yeah.
But
A
what are we? Are
whistleblower
we
on
Trump
Trump.
supporters or are we not?
I think we could be not Trump supporters.
Well, I think we could be, because it's more Trump supporters talk about in terms of violence and guns and stuff like that. They're more.
They're definitely right-wing people. I mean,
Yeah.
lefties aren't exactly big on torture.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think Trump supporters.
Yeah, and then well, maybe the person in the chair then could be like an immigrant or something.
Or an immigrant, or
I mean,
yeah.
he's definitely a whistleblower because they talk about him shooting his mouth off and whatnot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it could be like an immigrant, or well, I'd say the only thing we could really use is like an immigrant.
Or a Hillary supporter.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, immigrant or a Hillary supporter.
I'm going to say Hillary supporter.
Or just maybe some, because obviously so many scandals have come out about Trump.
Unless it's
Sex scandals and
or
whatnot.
it could be a news reporter.
Yeah, a news
newspaper
report
writer.
for what's a fairly liberal Hillary supporting
Or it could be him writing stuff about Trump, horrible stuff about Trump.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like, Trump talks a lot about his daughter,
Yeah.
inappropriate things about his daughter, stuff like that. So let's just say a Trump reporter.
Are you working directly for Trump, or are you...
We're just Trump supporters, heavy Trump supporters.
So you don't have any actual affiliation with Trump?
I don't reckon we will, unless we are part of a spy
secret,
agency,
yeah.
something like that.
It's your choice. It's the way you guys want to play it.
I'm going to say just Trump supporters, and then we can work on that further later on. But now we know all this stuff about it, I think we should do another read through. Now we
Yeah.
know all of this and the meanings behind the lines down there now as well.
Do you want to try it on your feet?
Should we read it one more time and then try it on our feet? Let's try that. Now we know what the
Wait. When did we figure this out?
Figure what out?
The meaning behind the lines.
Meaning behind which line?
the theological explanations of a woman
Yeah.
is the what Kane said is the wondering of the world and the
Oh yeah.
So, if your character's a woman, how are you going to play that line through? Sarcastically, or kind of ironically?
Yeah, but you do
Or do you
have.
want to
There
have-
are women who don't think.
Generally
like
internalised
generally, like women
misogyny.
don't have that.
Yeah.
Because I think I'd be a woman, but I'm quite a manly. Like, if I there's a video I'll show you later of a woman who plays it really well actually, and it's very
Yeah.
powerful, and she's got such power that you wouldn't
Mm.
say that
Right,
she's a
I've
gender
seen
at
that
all.
one, yeah.
Wait, what video is this?
It's just a video on YouTube.
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
else
but
doing it.
it's doing. Oh, this character.
Yeah, doing this
Okay.
performance.
Right, let's go from the beginning.